America. Skyping in from Baton Rouge to talk more about this event, Dr. Doug Stringer, the founder and president of Somebody Cares America and Somebody Cares International. Dr. Stringer, we're so honored to have you on America's Forum.
It is a great pleasure and a privilege to be on with you. Thank you.
Dr. Doug, tell us about what is going to happen. I guess it is tomorrow, correct? The day of prayer?
Yes, tomorrow, January 24th, and we're going to be gathering from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And as you know, America is a nation in crisis, so we felt we need to call another response, a call to prayer for a nation in crisis. We'll be crossing our racial and denominational lines, meeting at the cross of Christ, lifting up only one name that day. No preachers pontificating. We'll have no political speeches, simply to come worship, to pray together, to seek God's face, according to Joel 2 and 2 Chronicles 7:14.
And based on these trying temporal times, we turn to the eternal for help. Forgive me, but some of the headlines out there today and some of the news makers, he may not be preaching, may not be speaking in a political context, but I understand that Louisiana Governor Bobby Jindal is associated with the event?
Yes, just like 3 years ago, we had the response in Houston, Texas. Governor Perry trumpeted that one. He also recognized that there was a need for the church to come together to pray for America because we need to seek God. We need to appeal to heaven for God's intervention, just like George Washington did at the founding of this nation, just like so many governors have done in times past. It wasn't setting a new precedent. It was just really reinstigating what has already taken place for the founding of our nation.
Dr. Doug, you look at the headlines today, and we spoke about this ominous story of an Iranian missile that could reach the United States. Have you been getting a response based on, well, always people within themselves are touched for a spiritual renewal, of course, but with the headlines and the troubled times, has that really served as a catalyst to get people literally on their knees?
I think so. I think that throughout the last few years, we've seen an increase. Hebrews chapter 12 says that everything that can be shaken will be shaken. Everything we've put our faith in, our financial institutions, the economy, so many things have seemed to be shaken. And then we also see that the earth itself is groaning with birth pangs. A lot of increase of natural disasters, human disasters, and of course the nations are raging, according to Psalms 2. So there's a sense of anxiety with a lot of people, and they know that this is the time that they need to take a posture of humility and renewed consecration on their knees to seek God for God's intervention, because I think all of us, from preachers to politicians and all in between, we know that the answer is not in us alone. We need God's intervention and God's favor.
Dr. Stringer, we know that you got that big gathering tomorrow there in Louisiana. But if people cannot make it, how could they participate in this collective day of prayer?
There will be some live streaming on various radio networks. I know that there'll be some Christian television networks also airing it, taping it, re-airing it. But they can go to the Response website, which is www.theresponse.la.com, and they can find out all the details there.
Very good, Dr. Stringer. And in the 30 seconds we have left, what is your prayer for this event and your prayer for our nation and world?
Well, our prayer is that God would hear our cries. You know, in Joel chapter 2, it says, in times like this, call the young and old alike to come for a solemn assembly and to consecrate ourselves before God. And I'm trusting that God will hear our cries as we pray for justice, the widows, the orphan, for reconciliation in the church. Our nation is so polarized in so many areas. We need a healing of the racial divide. We need a healing in the church and a healing that will touch the soul of our nation. And I'm believing that things like this will truly spark something across this nation.
Dr. Doug Stringer, we thank you for your time. We just took a look at the website, theresponse.la.com, and we look forward to tomorrow's event. Thank you so much for your time. Straight ahead, Hour 2 of America's Forum. Stay with us here on Newsmax TV.